Hi, it's Corey Chambers in Los Angeles. Your home sold, guaranteed, or I'll buy it. Thanks for taking a minute to listen in. In a moment, I'll share with you some valuable information about this topic. Coming inflation, stagflation, and the housing market. If you see any properties that are of interest to you, let us know. We will gladly send you a property information packet on any loft, condo, or house, or private previews available upon request. If you have a home you'd like to sell, you should know that I will guarantee the sale of your present home at a price acceptable to you, or I'll buy it for cash. This guarantee will allow you to buy your next home without worrying about selling your present home. To find out how much you could sell your home for, call me at 213-880-9910 now. The U.S. dollar today is worth about 1% of its original value. Economists agree the greenback will eventually be doomed. This is the real estate news. The biggest risk for the stock market in 2021 is inflation, according to Morgan Stanley. Unprecedented radical spending by the federal government and the Federal Reserve to stave off a panic-induced market crash helped artificially drive stocks to temporary new highs last year. Morgan Stanley and analysts worry that the unintended consequences of money printing and Fed spending sprees could abruptly change markets for the worse. The biggest surprise of 2021 could be higher inflation than many, including the Fed, expect. The Fed's massive spending during the virus hysteria has moved beyond simply filling holes left by exaggerated crises. While some mistakenly believe that we've seen a recovery, the tens of millions of unemployed and underemployed Americans feel otherwise. While some industries and monopolistic companies are doing better than ever, most medium-sized and small businesses suffer or go out of business completely. By buying back $1 trillion in securities, the Fed has created a market that's awash with cash, which historically helps drive inflation. Morgan Stanley warns that drunken sailor Fed spending and helicopter handouts may drive up prices once the pandemic subsides. For food, household goods, and building materials, inflation already hit well above 10% in 2020. Home builders report wood 2x4s and other construction commodities recently tripled in price. Increased construction costs contribute to increasing or flat home prices, while the real value of homes may be decreasing. That's especially true for neighborhoods with increasing blight, crime, and homelessness amid decreasing employment opportunities. Let me drink some water real quick. The pandemic crisis, which thousands of censored medical doctors and health experts have labeled a hoax, was perversely positive for large companies. Epidemiologists, scientists, including Professor Mark Woolhouse, have warned that panic-induced overreactions, including lockdowns, have been a monumental disaster on a global scale, which should never be repeated. The Federal Reserve is buying back $120 billion of Treasury bills and mortgage-backed securities each month, after initiating a massive $700 billion asset purchase program in March. That's March of 2020. The U.S. federal government, meanwhile, has authorized some $3.5 trillion in spending to shore up the economic recovery as a result of the pandemic. Trillions more of additional federal handouts are in the works. President-elect Joe Biden nominated former Fed Chair Janet Yellen to head up the Treasury Department, a sign that the federal government could move towards universal basic income, the most colossal ejaculation of cash in history. That would create direct explosive price inflation, exactly the sea of change that can lead to unexpected outcomes in the financial markets. As the dollar rapidly loses value to blockchain cryptocurrencies, Morgan Stanley has recently increased its holdings of Bitcoin bulls such as MicroStrategy. Take a look at these reader questions also on the LA Loft blog, www.laloftblog.com. Thanks for joining me. We'll talk to you again real soon. Bye-bye.